What up, fam? It's your boy, Slenderboy 2024, streaming to you live once more. Yeah, doing another double comic review. So we're breaking out the widescreen once more. I learned my lesson from last time. Yeah, no, funny story. I totally did that one comic review. I didn't even know if it would do well or not. It ran kind of long. It was almost like an hour. I'm gonna try and keep this shorter, keep this like 30 or 40 minutes. But I didn't think it would do well at all. Like, I was like, okay, I never do comic reviews, so that's something different, and also it's too long, so like no one's gonna watch it. And imagine my surprise when I see, like, no, we're at like what, 40 views and counting. It's my highest rated non-short, my highest rated like regular video. So I'm like, okay, all right, the people have spoken. All right, so now we're gonna come back. We're gonna do another one, chasing those views. I'm always chasing those views. I don't have another Harley Quinn fart comic. I'm sorry. I hope that's like it. I hope that's like the one and done. I don't know. That's the funny thing about the double review is, like, I don't know which one people responded more to. Is it because I did the Absolute Flash, or is it because you guys liked hearing me cringe with the Harley Quinn Fartacular special, which I struggled to say without breaking a smile or laughing a little bit. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by the entire Absolute line of DC Comics. For those who don't know, basically, DC's doing what Marvel did back in the early 2000s, where the Ultimate line of books were like they would have like Ultimate everything, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, and it was just like an excuse to have like a modern day retelling, like an origin story without like any of the decades of continuity. You didn't have to worry about any of that shit. Like, you could just kind of jump in, issue one, new origin, new everything. DC's done this multiple times with like the New 52 and like, you know, DC Rebirth and Earth 1, and you know they've done this before, but like this is their newest version of that, is the Absolute book. So like, as you know, I love the Absolute Flash. I was actually looking for Absolute Superman, and they didn't have it. They didn't have any back issues of that, so I'm guessing that sold really well. So there was no Absolute Superman. So the next one, I definitely wanted to read Ultimate Wonder Woman, no, Absolute Wonder Woman. So I picked that up, and then the other one, I was really struggling. I ended up getting Absolute Batman because I heard good things about this, and I'm curious how they changed his origin story. I'm also curious how they changed Diana's origin. So they're always changing Diana's origin story, so it's hard to keep up with her continuity. But they also had Absolute Green Lantern. That looks pretty interesting. I heard that's more of like a cosmic horror type of thing, but I wasn't familiar at all with the Green Lantern they chose to focus on. It's none of the ones you'd think of. It's not Hal Jordan. It's not Kyle Rayner. It's none of those guys. It's not even Greg Gardner. It's this chick, Jo Mullein or something. I don't know her at all. So I was kind of iffy on that. And then Absolute Martian Manhunter. That's a book. John Jones is getting his own book. And I don't know. I flipped through that. The artwork was kind of crazy. It kind of reminded me of Darwin Cook almost. But like, yeah, I just, that's just one of those, I don't know. Like, he's one of those characters. I like John Jones. I like Martian Manhunter. Would I read a book about just him? That's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's like, he's like one of those guys, like Doctor Strange or like Cyborg. I like Cyborg on the Teen Titans, but would I read a Cyborg book with like just him? So like, that's where I was at with Martian Manhunter. Again, they all looked really cool. I might check all of them out at some point. But just going down the list of my favorite characters, I was like, all right, we got Flash. How about my favorite female superhero, Wonder Woman? And then let's do Batman. No Absolute Aquaman, no Absolute, what else? No Absolute Shazam, no Absolute, I mean, I hope they do more of these. But yeah, no Absolute Batman, let's do that. So, I don't know, I'm kind of evenly interested in both of these. Yeah, but I kind of want to talk about Wonder Woman, so let's put Bats to the side. So this was a really weird case where for some reason there are two covers. There's like a inside cover of the, so like I don't know what that's all about. This is pretty cool, her on the skeletal horse, but like I like this a little bit better. This cover here, she's got like her war paint on. She's got holding Cloud's Buster sword that's like soaked in blood. Like, she looks really, really badass. The creative team, okay, the artist Hayden Sherman, I've never heard of. The writer Kelly Thompson, okay, that name sort of rung a bell. It's like I googled her, I did a little research. Kelly Thompson. So that's some dumb mobile game. I love this intro here. You see Gateway City. It's like this idyllic, like postcard type of picture of the city, and then this, you know, it gets ruined. You know, these raptors or whatever slash it, and then we're right into the book. This like mysterious, like monolith appears. It reminds me of that sci-fi movie Arrival. This like unidentified object just appears, and then these horrible, like, think of like Jurassic Park with the pterodactyls. They just come out. These wyverns come out, and they're just wreaking havoc. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, going back to the author Kelly Thompson. Okay, so the name rung a few bells. I looked her up. She has some credits. She won an Eisner Award, and she was nominated for another Eisner Award. She's most known for her runs on the Black Widow book, and also Hawkeye, specifically Hawkeye Kate Bishop. And I can't remember which is which. She won an Eisner for one. She was nominated for an Eisner for the other one. These are two characters I really couldn't give a shit about. The two characters you really couldn't pay me enough to read about. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, again, they're well-received books, so maybe I'll check them out at some point. And like, I really, for the record, I really love this. So like, maybe I'll check out more Kelly Thompson stuff in the future. So yeah, she has some cred going into this. My bar's kind of high. I was reading more about her. She also wrote quite a few issues of Captain Marvel. PU. Where's my Harley Quinn fart comic? Yeah, that's a character you couldn't freaking pay me enough to read about. Captain Marvel. Like if Marvel does like a fart comic about her, sure. Like Carol Danvers wants to fart on me. All right, I'll read about that. But like other than that, no, thank you. No, not interested. Interestingly enough, yeah, Kelly Thompson. You didn't win any Eisner Awards for Captain Marvel comics. Why not? Why not? No awards for those comics. Anyway, but yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman. Let's dive in. We're off to a good start. These I almost said parademons, but yeah, these monsters are attacking, and the people are just kind of screwed. Is that the next? Yeah, that's the next page. And then we have, like, we just go right away. We have her in her armor. She's riding a skeletal freaking Pegasus. She's got basically Cloud's Buster sword. She's just tearing it up. Just tearing it up. And like that's the thing, is like, I don't know, some people are gonna be like, oh, I don't want to read about a girl superhero. Like, is it gonna be girly? I don't want to read about Wonder Woman. I mean, it's all how you write the character, right? Like, yeah, I guess she could be kind of girly, like Sailor Moon or whatever. She is a princess with like a magic tiara, magic bracelets, but like, I mean, you could write her like this. You could read this, and like, this is like the most, like, it's funny because my other comic is written by Scott Snyder. I thought this was written by Scott Snyder. I thought this looks like Dark Knight's metal right here. This is like death metal. Like, this is the most metal. Like, you can hear like the Bill and Ted air guitar. Like look at this. This is like a freaking heavy metal album cover. Like, this is so cool. This is so cool. This might be my favorite Absolute comic book so far, believe it or not. And there's a funny little part. Kelly Thompson has to like work this little line here where the reporter's like, he's diving, don't lose him. And the other guy's like, I'm not sure that's a man. And like, to be fair, I mean, you're really not getting a good glimpse of the character. Yeah, I mean, I would kind of assume, there's nothing, she's wearing this bulky armor. It's kind of hard to tell the gender of the person. But anyway, and I love this little like narration here. Once upon a time, it starts like a fairy tale. Once upon a time, while all this crazy violence is going on. Once upon a time, there was a princess, and the princess had all the gifts any princess could hope to have: beauty, grace, compassion, kindness. She's like, wearing the blood of her enemy as face paint. Like, that's so epic, so epic. Anyway, wisdom. The ability to outrun a hellhound and conjure the darkest of magics. Things every princess needs when she was raised in hell. And then she does the thing. She clangs her bracelets together and creates this, like, epic shockwave to, like, knock back all of the parademons. And boom, there we go. Here's our title. Absolute Wonder Woman, The Last Amazon, Part 1 of 5. Boom. 10 out of 10. And I like this better than Flash, where it was just, like, it didn't give you an idea. I like this where it's, like, it shows that they have some forethought. They're planning ahead. Part 1 of 5. Like, we've thought this story out. It's just going to be 5 parts. It's not indefinite, Whereas Absolute Flash, it was like, here's part 1. Yeah, of, no, of however many we want it to be. Yeah, looking at the credits, only 2 editors. Chris Conroy, editor. Ash Padilla as assistant editor. Only 2 editors. Is it possible? What happened to the 5 editors of Absolute Flash? Will this comic have any typos? Spoilers, it does not. I was shocked. So you can have a comic with only 2 editors and no typos. Where's the other 3 editors? Where's the other 3 assistant, whatever, that's right, associate editor. Where's the associate editor? Where's the group editor? Where's the executive editor? 2? Only 2? Wow. 10 out of 10 already better than Absolute Flash. Holy shit. No, real talk, I think this might be the best one. This is really, really cool. And they've once again really retooled. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the one I'm trying to find. Absolute Superman. And again, that's what they're doing with all these absolute origins of these characters. No fortress, no family, absolute defender. So like everything's different. Nothing that you remember about, this one written by Jason Aaron, a famous Thor author. So I'm pretty interested in Absolute Superman as well, if I can actually find the damn book. That looks cool too. Anyway. But yeah, Diana, her origin is like completely retooled. It's nothing that you remember. So instead, she hasn't not grown up on Themyscira. She grows up literally in Hell, which is the prison. Yeah, the Wild Isle of Hell, prison of the great sorceress Circe. So Circe is a famous Wonder Woman, is a sorceress that's a famous Wonder Woman villain. What's interesting is in this version they tweak it so Diana is raised by Circe in Hell, and that's why she is definitely more hardcore, definitely kind of more evil looking than you are used to. That's her Pegasus right there. It's so metal. It's so cool. Yeah, no, I like this. I want to read about this. I want to read about this more than the regular Wonder Woman. This is badass. But yeah, Circe is like, mentioning the origin. She's like molding with clay. But yeah, then freaking what's his name? Apollo shows up, gives her this baby, and is like, yeah, no, blah blah blah. What is it? So, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So this is your baby now. That's baby Diana, and he explains that this is like a punishment for the Amazons from Zeus for their crimes against the gods, and so they're punishing the last Amazon, Diana. And what's really cool here is Apollo does this like decree. So the word no one wants Diana to know her origin, that she's an Amazon. So the word itself is banned. What the hell does that mean? Well, they do this cool thing. So whenever Circe tries to say it, it's a stylistic thing where like literally they scratch it out. Like the word is scratched out, and he's like, try and say it. So she can't even say the word, let alone tell Diana like what's really going on with her. So that's cool. And then Circe is kind of forced to take care of this baby. Well, at first she's like, he didn't say I have to take care of it, so I'll just kind of see what happens, like, and then she's like, okay, there's a snake, it's gonna kill her, so like this will kind of resolve itself. And no, Diana just like she literally eats the snake. She eats the snake. And that reminded me, isn't there a scene in Hercules where, yeah, I think they're pulling from Hercules' origin, like when he was a baby in the cradle, didn't like 2 snakes try to bite him or something, and he just like wrestled them. He was already so strong, he just like wrestled them out of his crib, or it's like they're doing that with Diana now. So that's cool. That's a neat little homage. I do like the artwork. The artwork here, it reminds me a lot of, if you ever look up panels from Cliff Chang's New 52 Wonder Woman run. The artwork is pretty cool, actually. But yeah, and that's the key part that they got right about Diana. Even though she's like raised in hell and kind of edgier, she is still Diana. And here's what I mean. So like there's this lizard that like breathes fire on her, and she like picks it up and she's like, no, and then she gives it a little smooch and lets it be on its way. So she's never like, she's tough, but she's never like sadistic. She's never like overly violent. You know what I mean? Like she's like stern, but she's kind of like, that's how she is on like the Justice League. She's like a stern, like almost mother-like figure to everyone else. And she's like, again, she wants to teach. She wants to like spread peace and love at the end of the day. I mean, but there's those two sides to her. She is a warrior first and foremost. She is like a deadly warrior, but she is compassionate and kind, and she, at the end of the day, she wants to teach. She wants to spread like that compassion, and yeah. And Cersei's like, she's gonna learn that's not gonna work. The next animal's gonna. Another ad. Again, I love these ads. So Justice League Unlimited. Look how cool she, I mean, that's normal Diana. She looks so cool here. This is art by Dan Mora. Flash, my boy, he looks really cool. Yeah, an interesting lineup for the team. I see Black Lightning, a character DC doesn't use too often, and then this makes me want to read the book right here. I might have to read this book, guys. Star Sapphire. Ooh, I like that outfit. Star Sapphire, a Green Lantern villain. Okay, one of his most famous villains. I guess she reformed, and I guess she joined the Justice League, because that's what's happening right here. So I'm very curious about this book now. So there you go. The DC won me over with that just now. But yeah, we have this little montage that takes up both pages where, you know, Cersei begrudgingly like does raise Diana, and you see her soften up, and it's like at first she doesn't want to raise Diana, but it's like, well, I guess I do need to like take care of this baby. And she kind of, you know, softens up to her. I love it. Yeah, I love this little montage here. And she still can't say the word, and there's like a word on the tip of Diana's tongue, and she can't say it either. But yeah, and then she's like, "Be reasonable. You don't have to die today." So she's fighting this, you know, chimera type thing, but she doesn't want to kill it. You know, even when a wild animal attacks her, she doesn't want to kill it. So that's very Diana. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, that's it for the flashback, I think. But yeah, we're in the present now, and she's like, Pegasus, check the perimeter. Yeah, so that's her horse. That's her Pegasus compared to, think of like there's like the Disney Hercules with his like white winged horse. No, this is Diana's Pegasus, like the death metal version. Yeah, Bill and Ted doing their air guitar. Yeah, this is so cool. Like, oh, I love this part. Yeah. So she's like, "Are you in charge here, soldier?" That is a no. She can tell. She's like, you're the one that takes orders. You're not the one that gives orders. She's like, "That's a no. Where's your superior?" And but yeah, and then, oh man, we're out of time. You know, she just telling him, yeah, because this like, oh, this is so cool. Like the monsters in this are so cool. So this thing emerges. She gives like this whole speech to like turn back because Earth is protected. There is someone protecting Earth from you, and the monster's just like, "But it is not," and she's like trying to hold it back. It's so cool. Oh, and the Pegasus can breathe fire apparently. Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, this fight is so cool. And she's getting blasted. She has a line somewhere where it's like, yeah, she has this line where she's like, "Ugh, damn laser eyes every time." So that's interesting. So it's using its laser eyes on her. That's interesting that she said that. So this continuity is totally different, and I'm curious about that. Who do we know? Who do we know, guys? Who has laser eyes? Superman. So I'm like, has she fought Superman at this point? That would be interesting. And then the other one that came to mind, the other character in DC that came to mind, Darkseid with his Omega beams. So he has laser eyes. So has she faced off against Darkseid at this point? I don't know. And then maybe there's another character I can't think of right now. But that was just bouncing in my head. That's a little like, you know, nod to something or foreshadowing of something. That would be really cool to see her go off against like either Superman or Darkseid. But yeah, the Harbingers, blah blah blah, they're coming, and then yeah, no, she's just dodging like a boss. And then she does like the awesome clanging, like she does the reflect her unbreakable bracelets, like cling, you know, blast them back. Like she's awesome. She's so awesome. And then yeah, we have one little flashback where she finally like says the word on her own. I like how it's like they implying that she whispers it. They write it in like super small text, like Amazon. Yeah, so she can say it. The curse is on Cersei, so Cersei can't say it, but she can say it. So anyway, yeah, present day. She's getting the will to stand, and she says the word once more, Amazon. You know, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. And then what's she reaching for? She reached into her bag and she pulled out something. She's pulling out something, and we finally have it. We finally have this Diana's version of the lasso of truth. Like, here we go. And this is the end of the comic, unfortunately. But yeah, for I am Diana of Themyscira, last of the Amazons, daughter of Cersei, princess of hell, witch of the Wild Isle, and you will not have this world while I still draw breath. Oh, 10 out of 10. So yeah, I love this. This might be my favorite of the Absolute books so far. Definitely pick this one up if you get the chance. But let's switch gears to Absolute Batman #1. Okay, and it's appropriate that night has fallen. Nightfall has descended while I talk about Batman. Artist Nick Dragotta, haven't heard of him. Writer Scott Snyder. Okay, so yeah, Scott Snyder is one of my favorite Batman content creators. He did Dark Knight's Metal. He did a lot of really cool stuff. He was responsible for the New 52 Batman, which was one of the very few New 52 books that people universally liked. Like, yeah, a lot of people didn't like the changes and the hard reboot of New 52, but Scott Snyder's Batman was well received. What's funny to me, like I've said this before, Batman to me, I'm kind of like jaded on Batman at this point. Like, I need something like this. Like I'm just so burnt out. I've seen so much Batman crap, over the years, shows, movies, video games, TV shows, comics. It's like I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. You have to do something new to even remotely get my interest up. And that's why I kind of like New 52 Scott Snyder's Batman version, because, and it's funny because some people did not, because Batman in that version, he was like a little jokier. Like, he would occasionally tell a joke, and he was more vulnerable. Like, he would occasionally get hurt. He had limitations. Like, he would occasionally make mistakes. And that's where I'm like really confused by the Batman fans. This is like the great lie that's been told for decades and I've been hearing this my whole life for like decades, where people are like, well, I like Batman because he doesn't have any powers. I like him because he's a regular guy. He's just an average Joe like you or me. Like, you and I could be Batman if we really wanted to. And I'm like, really? Is that true? Because those same people will turn around and they'll say, well, no, anytime Batman like loses or anything, they're like, well, no, Batman wouldn't like lose a fight. Like, he's perfect. Like, he's mastered every martial art. Did you know that Batman is like super rich and he has like infinite resources because of Wayne Tech, and then he has like this technology that doesn't exist in real life? And did you know that he's mastered like every martial art and that he's never lost a fist fight before? It's just like all these things start stacking up, and I'm like, wait. So like, I thought he was like a normal person though, or like an average Joe. Like, I thought he was like someone that you or I could be. In a lot of ways, I feel like Batman is more perfect than like a lot of other superheroes who do have powers, because like a lot of other heroes have weaknesses and lose, and Batman never loses because he, again, it depends who's writing him and what fans you're talking to, but like a lot of fans, especially when they do like those like who would win in a fight, well, everyone shows up for Batman's like, well, Batman, like, he has contingency plans and he thinks of everything ahead of time because he's perfect and he's really smart and he knows everything about everyone, and he always thinks like 10 steps ahead, and he never makes mistakes. And I'm like, so wait, which is it? Like, Batman fans, I need some consistency from you, because I need to know which it is, because you can't have it both ways. God damn it, you can't have like this everyman, like, if you want my opinion, like an everyman character is like something like Kick-Ass. Okay, read that comic book Kick-Ass, by Mark Millar and John Romita Jr. Like Kick-Ass, like he actually is a kid who like made his own suit, and like, or no, he bought it off eBay. Yeah, he bought it off eBay, I think. He has no powers. He's not even like a Batman level person. He's just a kid. And on his first mission, he like gets hit by a car and almost dies, and he has to get like a metal plate in his head or whatever. It's like that's what I want to read about. Like, that's a normal person to me, not this freaking guy. This guy's a freaking, Gary Stu sometimes. Like, he loses less than Superman does for sure. But yeah, like, and the one book I'm kind of interested in reading, this was a controversial one, but Jeff Johns did like an Earth 1 Batman as a similar like, reboot, like, more realistic, more modern retelling, and a lot of people didn't like it because in that version, Batman was more down to earth, more grounded, where it's like, he made his own stuff. He didn't have like Wayne Tech. He just like made his own tech. He made his own suit. He made his own grappling gun, which is why it misfires or like it breaks when he's trying to use it. And so he just like falls and he falls in a dumpster and gets knocked out for like 2 hours. It's like, he makes mistakes. His tech doesn't work sometimes. That is so interesting to me. Like, I want to read that Batman book. Like, and everyone else threw that out, like, oh, like Jeff Johns, he doesn't get Batman. What is this? Like, he must hate Batman. Why is he having him fail and make mistakes? Like, that's not Batman. Like, that's not what he does. And I'm like, oh, okay, So he's boring. He's just perfect. So he's boring. Like, that's where I'm coming from. So I would like to read the Earth 1 series by Jeff Johns. But yeah, I'm hoping that Absolute Batman by Scott Snyder is kind of more in line with that. or at the very least, it's just like it's a very different take, which it is. We're gonna go into this, but yeah. So here's the reason why, I did that whole preamble. I'm sure you guys are like, well, why, you don't even seem to like Batman very much. Like, why are you reading this book? Because I realized this is why I bought the book. I'm like, I'm kind of the perfect audience for this book, right? In a way, this is like the perfect litmus test for this book, whether it's good at its intended mission or not, because I am that jaded fan. I am that guy who's just burnt out on Batman. I've seen enough of like the classic character. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for a different origin. I'm ready for a different take on the character. I'm open to that because I'm tired of everything else that I've seen. So sell me on this new version of the character. I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like, and we're gonna see. I loved it. I loved it. So, like, mission accomplished, Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder, you get the gold star for the day. You took a jaded Batman fan who is tired of Batman, and you made me kind of interested again, because this is a very, very different take that is still somewhat what I remember. We open with this cool little vignette, this little flashback where Bruce is at the zoo. Guess what he's looking at? He's looking at the Bat exhibit, of course. And it just so happens that in this version, his father is the school teacher who's like, leading the class to on the field trip to the zoo. Absolute bat. And again, I love it. The zoo, part 1 of 5. Oh, we've like planned out this story. We already know that there's going to be 5 parts. You know that you only need to buy 5 comics to get the full story, and then you can move on or do whatever. It's not like Absolute Flash or any of those other books where it's like part 1 of ? Keep buying, please. We totally thought out this story, except we can't tell you how long it is or how many comics it'll take. But yeah, they do a couple of these really cool, like, let me read this narration because it's epic. Let me just kind of, and I'll tell you why I liked it so much. But let's go. So, hello again, Gotham. It's been a long time. So who are you these days? Who have you become while I was gone? You're prettier, I'll give you that. Taller, brighter, but deep down, something's changed. My 3rd lap around and I still can't find it. Where's your heart? You used to have a center, hot and beating, but something's hollowed you out. I'm trying to do a Batman voice. I can't do voices, chat. I'm trying to do a Batman voice. In fact, I barely recognize you anymore. I'm not sure I like this new you, Gotham, but that's okay. I don't think you're going to like me much either. My name is Alfred Pennyworth. Oh, wait. And I'm here to do some bad things. So, they misled you. This was like a rug pull. This was like a bait and switch where they show this figure talking in this cool narration on this motorcycle riding through Gotham. Of course you think it's Bruce Wayne. Of course. He's talking like Batman. He takes off the helmet. Oh, it's Alfred. It's Alfred Pennyworth. Even Alfred is like edgy and cool in this version of Batman. I'm like, yeah, no, I like this Alfred a lot. He is not Bruce Wayne's butler. No. He doesn't even really know Bruce Wayne. Like, it's all so different. So like it's similar to Absolute Flash or Absolute Wonder Woman, where characters that you recognize from the original comics are still around, but they're just very, very, they're different pieces on the board, so to speak. But I love this little fake out where it's like, no, it's Alfred talking. This is Alfred, actually. And he's buying his Earl Grey tea. So it is Alfred, but he's like a fucking like assassin that's been sent out, or a contract killer that's been sent to like deal with this problem. But yeah, it's like, even Alfred's freaking cool. He's calling his daughter who hates him, and like she won't pick up. But yeah, and he, don't worry, he's gonna have like kind of a run-in with Batman soon enough. But okay, so let's where is it? Yeah, and his bike gets stolen. He's been in Gotham for like 5 seconds, and his bike gets stolen. We flash over to Croc's gym, a little reference to Killer Croc. But yeah, okay, so now we have this dude working out. Now, okay, we had the fake out with Alfred. Now we have Bruce kind of training in Croc's gym. Tonight, this is your city. No fear, no weakness. Tonight, you are I think it's my turn. So we don't know who this person is, and then yeah. Oh, hey Bruce, sorry. So another fake Scott, you did it twice. He's trolling us. You totally thought this was Batman, didn't you? This looked like the training montage from Batman Year One or something, where he's like kicking the brick wall, or it totally looks like Bruce Wayne. But no. That's just, I don't know who that is. Maybe that was Dick Grayson. That's just some guy that was working out. And then this is Bruce Wayne. It's his turn to hit the bag. and when he hits it, it fucking explodes. Like so. And Bruce Wayne's a fucking monster. Like, look at him. He's pure muscle. He looks like Bane. Like, holy shit. Like, he's pure muscle, and he like destroys the sandbag when he hits it. Like, boom, boom, boom. So, okay, enough of that, Scott. Okay, you can do it. You've done it twice now. No more fake outs. All right. This is Bruce Wayne for real. You already called him by name. So this is Batman. You'll see. He's a freaking monster in this. I mean, Gotham has gotten twisted, and Batman had to respond. You know what I mean? Like, Batman is part of the city. He had to evolve to address the threat, and he's a complete muscle monster now. And there's Croc. There's Wayland with his literal Crocs. And Bruce destroyed the bag, has to like pay for it. Blah blah blah. And in this origin, this is again really interesting. So Bruce was orphaned, right? But they all grew up. They all grew up in the same like little home or whatever, and that's like all of them. Not just Wayland, Bruce, Oswald Cobblepot, Edward Nygma, and then you can see with the little cat ears. So that's Selina Kyle. So Batman is like childhood friends with Selina in this version. That's already really interesting. So a lot of little tweaks to all these characters that you know. And then the main villain is interesting. So look at this redesign. That's Black Mask. Roman, whatever his name is. He's like a smaller Batman villain. He was in the Birds of Prey movie. You might have seen that. But yeah, he's like a lesser villain. But like he's all over this book, and he's intimidating. Like, look at that. He's like scarier than the Red Skull. Like he's really crazy looking in this. I really like what they did with Black Mask, and like all of his cronies. They all have like the same eerie black mask that they wear. It's cool. I like what they're doing with this. I really like and again, he's all about masks, and he does this thing where he basically is like, yeah, I collect masks of like people's faces, and and here's like all of your people, and like, yeah, I'm gonna add you guys to my collection or whatever, and like, so there you go. And there's this threat so there's this gang that calls themselves the Party Animals. And this book has like definitely a harder edge to it. I mean, so did Scott Snyder's New 52 Batman. In that version, it was more horrific. Like, I mean, Joker was basically a slasher villain in that, right? That was the comic where he cut off his face and stapled it back on. Like, so Scott does something similar here. Like, it is more horrific than we're used to with Batman. Like, Gotham is very twisted in this. But yeah, look at the newscast. So yeah, 6 more murdered today. Just hacked apart with machetes. What else? Yeah, and then in this version, Jim Gordon is the mayor of the city, so that's interesting too. I skipped over, but there was some description where it was like they talk about like how brutal all the like they kill everyone, women, children. They set like daycares on fire, stuff like that. Yeah. And just the town hall, like all yelling at him, telling him he sucks. And so Alfred is stationed outside again. Alfred wants to do something, but he's been told to just kind of observe and report after the incident. And he's like, "There's gonna be casualties, sir. Can I engage?" He's like, "No, permission denied. You observe." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's basically waiting for Batman to show up. Yeah, and like the Party Animals are just running amok, and the cops can't do jack shit. There's Harvey Bullock, so he appears. Yeah, and you don't realize at the time that's actually Martha Wayne. So she survived. It was only his father that was killed at the zoo. So she's still. That's interesting. So his mother is still alive, actually. But yeah, this is like the town hall meeting, and the frickin' Party Animals show up. Like I even like their like animal masks. Like that's pretty cool. I don't know if Gordon is dead. Yeah, like they're just like, hi Jimmy, hi Jimmy, bye Jimmy, and like he gets shot. There's his daughter Barbara is a cop in this version. Dad, just get everyone out of here. So he might be already dead. But yeah, and they're just sadistic. They're like, oh, you want to beg for your lives, like, and then Batman's intro is so cool. Like it reminds me of, like, remember when Batman Begins, how he was like, ninja Batman trained by that's my favorite version of Batman. Like when he's being a ninja, and they're like on like a dock or something, and he like pulls this guy into like a tanker, and then closes the doors, and his buddies don't even know what happened. Like I love like the Batman like the Assassin's Creed Batman shit, where he just pulls this guy and closes the doors. No one even knows what happened just now. And he's like, whatever you hear, do not open this door. And it's so cool. Oh shit. And you got to see, like, so Scott did some major changes to the bat suit. And I love them all. Like, they're it's so different, but I love all of these changes. So yeah, and then Pennyworth is just like observing. So the guys try and shoot at him. Batman curls up like a bat on the ceiling, and like he has, like, I assume, this bulletproof cape, and then he throws down the smoke, and it's so cool. And then he just look at that, that's so cool. And his cape, it has like these, you can see it has like these like talons, like these claws on the ends, like a bat's wings would actually have. I don't think I've ever seen a version of Batman that had something like that, and it's so cool. I'm gonna wrap this up soon because we're already over 30 minutes. But like, look at this. Like, again, he has like this like weighted cape with these talons, and that's how he's like taking people out. Like, look at that. Like, that's so cool. Like, he's like launching people. Like, the cape is like his primary weapon now, and he's just like, he's going to town. He's look at that. He's just like kicking everyone's ass. Like, oh man. I thought I was done with Batman. Oh, I want to read more about this Batman. This is crazy. This is cool. I want to read this. So yeah, Absolute Batman. They're doing a good job with it. They're doing, and Alfred is like kind of on his side because they're like, oh, like, you know, is the target interfering with your data collection, and, you know, is he disrupting? And Alfred's just like, oh, I'm still gathering data. So he's kind of like, he wants to let him, like, because Alfred wanted to stop the party animals, and now he's just gonna let Batman do it. Oh man, this comic goes crazy. This really goes crazy. I recommend this as well. And this part, look at this. The batarangs, because you notice how his ears are like extra long compared to what you're used to. The reason for that, his batarangs are his bat ears. Like, he detaches them, and then he has like these hidden blades, and he's just like fucking everyone. He's just cutting them all, and yeah, he reattaches the bat ears. I love it. Oh, and this part, then like the mini boss shows up, and then yeah, Alfred even goes. He's like watching, and because Alfred is like a war surgeon, so he has background as well. But he's like, yeah, like, you know, the knife work is splendid. It's so bloody, yet you miss each artery by just enough. So like, Batman is still, believe it or not, you know, non-lethal. He has not killed anyone. Maybe he just like really brutally beat them up, but he didn't kill anyone. Okay, just you know, let it go. That's something you have to suspend your disbelief with Batman. Is like, yeah, no, people probably die, but, you know, again, there's the whole thing. It's like, no, Batman's like a genius, and he like pre-planned every move like a chess game, so he knows just how to punch people and where they'll land so that he won't kill anyone, and, you know, he minimizes casualties. Okay, all right, whatever. But yeah, this guy shows up, and he's like a mini boss, and he's like, this hand has killed more people than you can count. Now I'm going to give you one chance. Get the fuck out of our way. He picks up this like giant machete, and then Batman does the most badass thing. He has just a handle. What's he going to do with the handle? You see this like extra thick Batman logo? Oh no, the logo was metal, and the logo was just the axe blade. That's the most metal thing ever. So they had that Crocodile Dundee moment where he's like, oh, you think that's a knife? That's not a knife. And then he pulled out this like machete. Like, yeah, so this guy thinks he has a knife, and then Batman's like, oh, you think that's an axe? Oh, let me show you my axe. Like oh, 10 out of 10. Holy shit. I'm gonna wrap this up soon, but yeah. And then Batman just like chops the guy's fucking hand off, and he's just like, I hear they can read. This is where I'm like, he's mostly not Batman here, but he's still kind of Batman. He's like, well, I hear they can reattach them sometimes. There's a hospital 3 blocks south of here or east. I can't seem to remember all of a sudden, but I'd hurry, I'd run. And so he is like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna kill you, but like, you should really go to the hospital because I did seriously like injure you just now. And then he's like, and then, you know, and he turns the guy's words back on him. The rest of you, I'm going to give you one chance to get the fuck out of my way. And look at him. He looks like Spawn. And he has like, what, like blades on his back now? Like, when did he get those? Like, now he has spikes on his back. He is Spawn. He's basically Spawn now. He has the fucking war axe. Like, oh man. Again, he's not really the Batman you remember, but Gotham's gotten more violent. So guess what? Batman has to. Honestly, I think they're taking a page out of out of Nightfall. Remember when there was like that dude John Paul Valley, like Azrael Batman or whatever, like, and he was like more violent. Like that's what this is. This makes like Azrael Batman look like a PG comic, you know? Like this this Batman makes Azrael Batman look like a regular Batman. Like you know, he's fucking cutting people's hands off. Like holy shit. And Alfred's like, very jolly good show. Totally good show. And there's a funny part here too where Alfred's like watching, he's like, well done, but if you were a true tactician like I am, you'd have set up a trap for those fleeing the and so he's like, okay, so you did think of that. So he is Batman, he thinks of everything. Oh, yes, okay. But yeah, and then Alfred tries to subdue him, and yeah, this is a funny, I love the banter. Like this is a great, he's like, that is the sound of a DC-30... DC, get it? A little reference. This is the sound of a DC-34 automatic shotgun, son. There are only 3 of them in the world. It could blow your brains all over the sidewalk before you even blink. And Batman just, like, disarms him. And he's like, sounds dangerous. And he keeps it for himself, by the way. Yeah, he keeps the gun. And you'll see that here. Batman's not totally against guns. But yeah, he's, like, you know, working undercover, you know, doing construction or whatever. And then we flash back to... the day at the zoo, and there's I don't know why somebody showed up and was killing people, and then of course Thomas Wayne has everyone hide in the Bat exhibit, of course. And here we have yeah, so then look at his words. Bruce, whatever you hear, you do not open this door. And that was mirrored by what Batman said to Barbara Gordon when he closed the door on her. So, like, that was a cool little callback to that a few pages ago. I really like that. The dialogue is solid. The action's solid. Everything's really, really solid. Yeah, I'm shocked. I didn't think I would like this because I'm so done with Batman. But I kind of loved this comic. You've done it again, Scott. And that's how I was with New 52 Batman. I was, like, so done. And then Scott Snyder somehow found a way to make Batman fresh and exciting for me. So I'm like, okay. All right, Scott. You did it. You did it. But yeah, Alfred is like tracking Bruce and planning to kill him because that's kind of his mission in a way. But yeah, Martha's there. So Martha's alive, and Alfred, who just got a text from his daughter who hates him, and he's like, all right, I'm not gonna kill you in front of your mother. Fine. So Alfred does have a heart at the end of the day. But yeah, now Alfred has tracked Bruce. This is a really cool scene. Where I can't turn the page, goddamn. So Batman has the shotgun. Oh, I thought you were better than that. You got cornered and all those ideals go out the window. You're no killer. And then Batman just shoots Alfred in the head. So that's different. That's different. Don't worry, he's still Batman. I'll show you in a second. So Alfred gets up. So he modified the gun to shoot little tiny batarangs, which is still gonna horribly scar Alfred's face, but that's, you know, he didn't kill anyone. It's okay. It's fine. I thought Batman doesn't use guns. Well, it's a modified gun that shoots batarangs. You can see it's you know, we're playing loosey-goosey with the rules. It's like, yeah, we're kind of playing loosey-goosey with the rules, Scott, but I'll give you a pass because I do like the book. And then Batman takes off, and you get this really cool splash with the moon behind him. It looks so badass. And then we even get a little epilogue, and I was like, oh, like, are we gonna do the thing? We're gonna do the thing, aren't we? Because we can't. They're two sides of the coin. We can't not mention Joker, right? So yeah, where is it? Yeah, don't do that. Don't joke. Why? You didn't hear? The guy never laughs. Not at anything, ever. That's why they call him the Joker. Bom, bom, bom. Yeah, so, okay, Joker's... I mean, you knew that was coming. Like, you know, of course Joker's going to be in this somewhere. I was just hoping they'd wait until past issue 1 to force Joker in, but, you know, every adaptation has to have Joker somewhere, right? Yeah, holy shit. I liked both of these way more than I thought I would. And they were longer. They definitely... Or at least they felt meatier and longer than Absolute Flash. Absolute Flash just ended so quick. Both of these felt like a really strong start to a story, to a 5-part epic, if you will. Shit. Which did I like more? I think I would rate both of these a 9 out of 10. They were both really, really solid pieces. Shit. You know, like which would I guess that's the question. Which would I rather continue reading more? Probably Wonder Woman, but I have to give Scott Snyder credit for for making Batman fresh and exciting to me when I thought I was so done with Batman. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Scott. I'm gonna give it to Absolute Batman for the night. So both of them are 9 out of 10, but Absolute Batman is the best one of the Absolute bunch so far that I have read. I may continue to read more. Will they do Absolute Harley Quinn, or was that horrible fart comic the the last Harley Quinn comic ever? It should be the last Harley Quinn comic ever. Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more reviews like this. Once again, yeah, I'm approaching 45 minutes, so I'm gonna cut it here. I want to go under an hour. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see what weird and crazy comics I have next time.